Hey, so it's the beginning of the year, as you may have noticed. I thought I would do a beginning of the year book tag to ring in the new year. I know it's literally like 2 or 3 weeks into January now, but I still wanted to do a beginning of the year book tag just to like set our intentions, talk about our plans for the year. This isn't going to be a very long video, but grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and we are going to talk about my reading plans for 2026. So I have myself a little coffee. It's an iced Americano with a little bit of cream. And I got these questions online. This tag has been going on for like years, to be honest. So I don't know who created it. So the first question is, how many books are you planning to read in 2026? My reading goal, like on Storygraph, is 100 books. Last year I read 124. The year before I read 127. Been hitting over 100 books every year for the last 3 years. So my goal was just to keep it realistic, keep it at 100 books at least. But I want to prioritize reading longer books this year because I noticed when looking through like series that I want to start and series that I want to continue, a lot of them are like over 500 pages, sometimes over 800 pages, and I just keep putting them off because they're so long that I won't be reading. Like, if I chose to dedicate my time to reading an 800-page book, I could instead read 2 or 3 books in that time. So that's what I've been doing in the past, but I really want to focus on like actually reading what I want and choosing what I read like intentionally. So that's like my main goal. But yeah, 100 books. The next question is a book you're likely to reread this year. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a chronic rereader. I read like when a new book in a series comes out, I usually reread the whole series. So there's a lot like that I can think of. I'm looking over at my bookshelf. My bookshelf is across the room, but I want to read the Emily Wilde series again. I haven't read the last book, came out at the beginning of last year, and that's like one of my favorite series of all time. Like so good. So I really want to reread the first book for the third time and then read the second book and then read I'd love to read what else? I don't know. Yeah, honestly that's like the only one I can think of that off the top of my head. I want to read Emily Wilde, and there's always a chance I'll reread The Hunger Games because it's my favorite ever. But other than that, mainly just like if I'm gonna continue a series, I usually reread the first couple books. So anything like that. But Emily Wilde. Next question is a priority read on your TBR for 2026. Priority read, let's think. I think I really want to read. Oh, there's so many. I can't even think. There's so many. Off the top of my head, I really want to finish series. Like that's my main priority this year is because I'm in the middle of like I think like 20 something series. So I really just want to prioritize finishing series that I'm already in the middle of. So all of the series I'm in the middle of. But one new book that I really want to read is The Chisade Heir. I really want to read The Chisade Heir and the sequel. I have both of them, and I want to do a reading blog for them, but I really want to read those. The next question is an author you won't be reading more of. I am a big believer in never saying never, so I don't have anyone that I can think of that I'm like, I'm not going to be reading them because I literally change my mind all the time. So don't have anything to say about that. The next question is something new you want to read, like whether it's like a new genre, a new trope, anything like that. I think the two things that come to mind, there's three things that come to mind. I really want to get into comics and manga. I used to read manga a lot, and I really want to get a bunch of comic books and manga like on my iPad and read them. Like I really want to read Fairy Tail because I used to love Fairy Tail, and just like a couple like really long running manga series. I really just want to like binge them and like be there for the weekly updates and stuff. I think it would be really fun, and I'm really into the MCU and stuff, so I thought maybe getting into comic books would be fun. I also want to get back into rom-coms. I used to read contemporary romance a lot, and then I just went back to romantasy and then went to dark romance. But I'm currently reading the Game Changer series by Rachel Reed, and I really just want to get into rom-coms. And another idea is epic fantasy. I really love fantasy of any kind, but I am more prone to reading anything that is fantasy with like a romance in it, whether it's like a fantasy romance or a romance. But I really want to read some of those like long running, super thick epic fantasy series. I don't know. I have so many things that I want to read. I also just want to read more diversely. Like that's something I'm always trying to do is read more diverse authors, more diverse casts of characters, that kind of thing. Next is a popular book you want to read. I really want to read Catabasis. I never got the chance to read that last year, so I really want to read Catabasis. I also really want to read The Night and the Moth because like that is like all over my bookstagram, and I still haven't read it. I have a copy of it, but I still haven't read it. I really want to read that because One Dark Window is just so amazing. And another one is Gideon the Ninth. Gideon the Ninth. I have heard about this book for years and years and years, and I just have a feeling I'm gonna like it. So I really think this year is going to be the year. Next is your most anticipated new release of 2026. I would say, hands down, it's The Last King of Fairy by Cassandra Clare. This is, if you don't know, the first book in the next series in the Shadowhunters universe, and it's going to be the last series in the Shadowhunters universe. I don't 100% believe her that it's going to be the very last. Like, I don't 100% trust that she's going to be like completely done, but maybe that's just me being hopeful. I've been reading this series since I was like 12, and I'm turning 22 this year, so like it's been a part of my life for a very long time. But I'm so excited. It's been so long since there's been a new Cassandra Clare like main series release in the Shadowhunters world, and I'm just so excited. So that's the main one that I can think of off the top of my head. Next is a bookish goal for 2026. Aside from, like I said, reading intentionally and like not getting intimidated by the size of a book, I think just reading more of what I love, because I think last year I would often like put off books that I knew I was going to really enjoy because I like wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't ready to be like getting that 5-star feeling and being like obsessed with a book. It was too overwhelming. So I would just read a bunch of like mid books or like force myself to finish books that I didn't like just to hit my reading goal. So I want to stop that. I want to just read whatever I want and just vibes. But I do a really big goal that I have this year is to finish series that I'm in the middle of, and when I start a series, actually finish it. So, a book that's been on your TBR that you probably won't ever read. Again, I'm a big believer in never say never, so I'm not gonna say I'll never read it. But I think The Priory of the Orange Tree. I've had a copy of that book for like 3 or 4 years, and I want to read it so bad, but I just don't know if I will get to it anytime soon. So I'm not saying I'll never read it. I definitely want to read it, but I just don't know if I'll ever get around to it. Another one is The Secret Shanghai Universe. I used to be really into Chloe Gong, but I never finished the Foul Lady Fortune duet, and now I just like don't remember anything that happened in any of the books, so I'd have to reread all of them to like finish it, and I just don't know if I'm ever gonna do that. So yeah, a series you want to read this year? What's a series I want to read? I really want to start From Blood and Ash and like Flesh and Fire series. That's one that I really want to read. I know they're like all on Kobo Plus, so, and my Kobo is right here next to me, so I really want to annotate them and read them on my Kobo. I thought that would be really fun because I love long, epic, exciting romantasy series. I love that. What else? What's another series? I want to start the Song of Ice and Fire series, the Game of Thrones universe series. I have a Game of Thrones. I just haven't found the right time to get into it. And the Cosmere. I started Cosmere last year. I never got past Mistborn Act 1. So I need to finalize my reading order for the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere and then actually read them. I bought myself the box set of Mistborn Act 1. So I do think that will be sometime soon that I will read that. Next is your auto-buy authors going into 2026. Leigh Bardugo, I will always buy and read everything she releases. Oh, that's another new release that I'm excited for is, I don't know if it's the last book. I think it's the last book in the Alex Stern series that starts with Ninth House. I haven't read Hellbent, but Ninth House is so good. It's so good. And V.E. Schwab, I'll always buy anything she reads. I'll always buy anything she writes. Will I actually read it? Don't know, but I will always buy it. And that's honestly like my only two that are like auto buy. Everybody else I kind of think about it. Maybe Rachel Gillig. If I like The Night and the Moth, maybe she'll achieve auto buy status, but I don't know. A book to show adaptation you're excited for in 2026? Hands down, it's gotta be Sunrise on the Reaping. I have been a Hunger Games fan since I was like 10. Hunger Games is my favorite series of all time. I still have not read Sunrise on the Reaping because I was doing a reread of the original series, and then I was gonna continue on with Sunrise on the Reaping and everything, but I just haven't found the time to like be destroyed by this book, because I know it's gonna destroy me because Haymitch is like probably, besides Peeta, like my favorite character in the Hunger Games. So I know it's gonna destroy me, but I'm so excited to see young Haymitch and to see a new Hunger Games that is actually like a games, and to see young Effie. I'm so excited for the cast. Like, cast is so good. And I have so much faith that it's gonna be really good. What else? I guess I'll include this. I haven't watched the Heated Rivalry show. As I said, I'm currently reading the Game Changer series, and I just finished Heated Rivalry. Loved. Loved. So that is very exciting. I don't know when the Love Hypothesis movie is coming out, but I'm dying to watch that. And other than that, any of the Emily Henry adaptations, I don't know if I don't think any of them are coming out this year, but fingers crossed that the Beach Read show, movie, whatever will come out soon. A sequel you're anticipating? It's a sequel I'm anticipating. It's mainly just like the next books in series, like the next book in the Gods and Monsters series, the next book in the House of Devil series, which I think is the last one, and the last book in the Alex Stern series. What else? I'm in the middle of so many series that I just genuinely don't know. Yeah. And most of the series I'm in the middle of are complete, so I don't really know. Many sequels that I am anticipating. Yeah, most of the sequels that are coming out this year, I haven't read the first book. So, but I am excited to read The Night and the Moth and the sequel. I'm excited to read the new series by the Twisted Sisters that's in the Zodiac Academy universe. I gotta catch up on those. I can't think of anything else. Bookish things you're leaving behind in 2025. I'm leaving behind my refusal to DNF. I want to leave that behind. It's very hard for me because for me personally, when I start something, it's only that way with books. Like I could start a movie and then never watch the rest, or I could start a show and then never watch the rest. But with a book, I could read 5 pages of it and it doesn't matter if I read it in a year, 2 years, 3 years. I need to finish it. Like I need to know what is going to happen, and it's different. Like I can't just look up what's going to happen. Like I need to know what's going to happen, even if I'm like hating it. So I really want to leave that behind because I want to be able to skip books that I'm not enjoying, or at least like put it down for later. But on the other hand, something else that I want to leave behind is not finishing series. Like I want to normalize reading a whole series back to back because I think that's the way that I best enjoy a series is reading it all at once. The last year, like I started a lot of series and I didn't finish a lot of them. So I really want to finish series. I want to normalize being honest about books that are popular because I think in the past I've let other people's opinions on a really hyped book sway me on how I feel about it to the point that I don't even notice it. And then I look back and I'm like, why did I say I liked that book? Because I didn't really like it. Now that I think about it, I didn't really like it that much. So that kind of thing. But I'm also leaving behind, like, I don't know. I just want to enjoy what I'm reading and I want to be honest about my reviews, even if I don't like things. I want to prioritize reading a lot in 2026. Like, just reading a lot of books, reading often, reading every day if I can. The next question is, what can you expect from this account and my bookish accounts, at least for on booktube, because I do daily content on TikTok and Instagram as well. But as for booktube, you can expect regular videos throughout the whole year because I don't have a job and this is like the most fun thing in my life. So you can expect pretty regular videos, mostly reading vlogs, and mostly like my favorite vlogs to do are like when I read an entire series in one video. I really, really love doing that, like reading an entire series or doing like a themed video. Like I've done a lot of horror themed vlogs in the past. I really want to do more dark romance videos where I just read like one dark romance series or a couple of dark romance books. Just like themed reading vlogs, series reading vlogs, just a lot of reading vlogs where I document how much I read or just document my reactions to reading. My favorite videos to do are hands down reading vlogs and like themed reading vlogs, like whether it's a series or a genre. I like doing reading challenges like 24-hour readathons or swapping your screen time for reading time, things like that. I also really want to do more wrap ups and like list videos where I do like my favorite books, my favorite series, my god tier books, things like that, giving recommendations in certain genres. But yeah, just pretty regular content. I also want to start doing videos where I listen to audiobooks while doing activities and I like react to the audiobook. Like I do a lot of coloring while I listen to audiobooks. I do a lot of gaming while I listen to audiobooks. So things like that. But mainly reading vlogs, like reading vlogs on reading vlogs on reading vlogs. I want to do all kinds of reading vlogs on this channel and I plan on being a pretty regular poster. So as for like the subject matter, I mostly read fantasy, specifically romantasy. I read a lot of dark romance and I read a lot of horror. I do, as I said, want to get into more contemporary romances and other things, but mainly fantasy, horror, dark, taboo fiction, and like dark fantasy and dark romance. But I love a romance. I love fantasy, anything magical, anything dark, spooky. So yeah, definitely more horror reading vlogs, more dark romance, more fantasy, that kind of thing. And how has your reading taste evolved from last year? I think it's evolved a lot. I think I've stopped caring about how reading certain books makes me look. Like, I used to care in the past about, "Ugh, I don't want to read a book that's labeled as erotica. That's so disgusting and weird." Or like, I don't want to read dark romance. I don't want to read monster romance or like super crazy out there taboo books, whether it's horror or romance or whatever. I didn't want to read anything that was too out there, especially because I knew I was going to talk about it on video. But now it's like, I just don't care, because if I hide that part of myself and if I hide the things that I'm curious about and the things I want to read, then I'm not being honest as a creator and I'm not being honest as a reader. And I want to give you, especially the people that have similar taste to me, you freaks out there, I want to give you space to like actually feel comfortable reading and reacting and recommending weird books, and like whether it's like weird horror or weird romance or like taboo fiction of any kind, painting it in a positive or negative light. I want to be able to do that without feeling shame, and I feel like I finally can. My reading sense has evolved in the sense that I just don't care about what other people think about what I read, and I just read anything. Like, I'm so open-minded to what I read that genre or subject matter doesn't really deter me at all. Next question is booktube creators that inspire you. My favorite booktube creator to watch is Larry Reads. I love her videos so much. We have decently similar taste, at least when it comes to like dark romance. She reads a lot more like contemporary books than me, but we have very similar taste, and her like formatting for her videos definitely inspires me a lot. We have similar humor, so she inspires me a lot. I also really like Carrie Can Read. I've been watching her for so long, so I really love her videos as well. And those are my two main inspirations. I also really love the editing style of Katie's reading. I also love Destiny Sidwell. She does really good videos. I'll put a couple on the screen because I can't think of any right now. I'm like blanking kind of. And then the last question is something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a bookish account in 2026. My biggest advice, I guess, or like something I would say, is just do it. If you're waiting to like be really good before you start making videos, or you're waiting to like, exactly how you want to edit your videos, exactly how you want to format them and what you want to say, that's not going to happen. Like, you need to do things first before you start figuring out what it is you like and what it is you want to do, if that makes sense. Like, just start making videos, and even if in a month's time you private all the videos and start over, that's still experience that you got exposing. Like, it's exposure therapy. Not only do you learn to edit and to talk on camera by doing it, but you also learn to like be comfortable having people see your videos. So just do it. Like, just do it. Watch a lot of content and start thinking about what kind of content you like and why you like it, and what works about the content you see that goes viral, and the content that you see that has a lot of views, and the creators that you really like. Like, what about their videos do you like? What about their editing styles do you like? What about this video isn't boring to you or is boring to you? Just start picking things apart and experimenting, and but the biggest advice I can say is just get started. If you think, oh, it's going to take years before anyone starts seeing my videos, the time will pass anyway. Like, just start doing it. Okay, so on that note, those are all the questions for the beginning of the year book tag. This video is really a lot shorter than most of my other videos, so I'm sorry about that, but I will have a reading vlog up very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a friend. But yeah, see you in the next one.